Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's first time here, love the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications when we go live, tap the bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up, say good morning. Right now, the S&Ps are down 20. Dow's down 216. NASDAQ down 26. We have gold down 5 or 6 right now. So, the morning is starting off a little dip, but nothing to be concerned about. People, I see people are like thinking that the world is literally falling apart because we have S&Ps down 20. You know, I think, hey, we're gonna be okay. Everyone is gonna be okay. Bull run is still intact. Just because we have a little bit of pullback, just because we have a red day. You know, this didn't even give up. You know, pre-market hasn't even given up the gains from yesterday. I mean, S&Ps were up 40 yesterday. Dow was up over 400. So just relax. What's going on, Carl, Jack, Rodney, Kelly? How we doing? Hank? Well, Hank, you know, he did it to himself, man. You know, if you go all in on SPY weekly 325s, you know, we're down here. I mean, that's a one standard. That's, what is that? Expected move. The expected move is $9 here. So we're talking about one standard deviation. Let's see. Tastyworks will tell me if it's Tastyworks will tell me. Oops, gotta put my password in, I guess. Hold on. No options. There we go. Okay, well, I guess 325 is, you know, Tastyworks is saying it's within the expected move, but it's like on the cusp right here. So you got 8 days, but yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt for sure. Delta's only 15 though, so I guess that's good, right? So it's not like crazy, but what's SPY down right now? $2. So yeah, he's gonna be bleeding out a little bit here, but it is what it is, you know. You put the trade on, you assume all risk. When you put a trade on, you assume all risk. So our day is not bad unless it turns to a week. Yo, Faiz, what's going on? Okay, LE dropping more. Yeah, I mean, right now, kind of what's going on this morning. Not a whole lot. However, Novavax gets a $1.6 billion for coronavirus vaccine on, what is it they call it, Operation Warp Speed. So Novavax is up quite a bit this morning. I think it's up like 20-30% right now. It was 35%. I think it's down a little bit now. The award is the biggest yet for Operation Warp Speed, the White House program aimed at accelerating access to vaccines and treatments to fight the coronavirus that caused COVID-19. So just be aware, this is not a vaccine that's coming out to the public just yet. They're just getting money so that they can do it. Yo, J-Cam, how we doing? And Deutsche Bank hit with $150 million penalty for relationship to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Fed just giving money to everyone. Well, I need 1.6 bill. Yeah. There are some other ones here. Regeneron got $450 million. But yeah, I'm thinking that health. Look at what's kind of going on this morning. I think the healthcare stocks are definitely going to be moving today. Walgreens has earnings this week, so let's see what Oh, here it is. Hold on. Walgreens as earnings before market open on Thursday. So right now for us, like for earnings, definitely a quiet week. We do have, if anybody wants to trade Bed Bath and Beyond, go for it. Walgreens. But next week is when earnings season is actually starting. And just a heads up, next week I am not going to be here. Not going to be here all next week. So I am still going to be pushing out some content. I will still be pushing out content. I mean, it kind of sucks that my week off coincides with the first week of earnings week. But it is what it is. Best believe I'll be putting some earnings trades on, but I'm not gonna be here next week. Up or down day pre-market. Well, right now it's kind of recovering. I mean, S&P's only down 19. So it's moving up. SPY tapped 314. It looks like a little bit ago. Now it's moving back up to 315, 316 area. The one thing on SPY is if it builds some sort of support here and we bounce off, that's a very good possibility. If we come back under 315, 314, we're gonna be stuck in this like purgatory again, where you're between 300 and 315, which I mean, a great range to be in. I am definitely not complaining if you're trading in a range of 300 to 315 on SPY. That's really good movement. That's really good movement. Can we get to 320, 325? We'll see. SPY is definitely lagging behind the Qs. IWM is lagging behind as well. So, Ariano, how you doing? If you're just joining, say what up. CW, going on. Thoughts on Zoom? So Zoom, people can't believe that a stock will have some pullback. Look at this. I was actually watching this yesterday. Yesterday, I was a little bit concerned because the market was staying the same or we were heading up a little bit. But VXX was heading up, and I was kind of thinking to myself, I'm getting mixed signals here. I don't know. There's a little bit of divergence here. Yes, VXX did close red, but it did tap green a little bit when it came up above like 3250. It did tap green, and then ended up closing red because they try to run it up in the last few minutes of the day. But I was a little bit concerned with the way that VXX was ramping. The market was going up, and I was just kind of sitting here. I did lose $100 yesterday, but I didn't really do a whole lot. Today, I'll probably be a little bit more aggressive. But coming back to your question on Zoom, I mean, this was some crazy price action. Like this looks normal. Like, okay, nice kind of consolidation, coil up, and then boom, it hit. But I didn't think they were going to sell the whole thing off until it hit red. I mean, that was crazy. I mean, it's pumping up a little bit right now, but like I was saying, when a stock like Zoom gets extended from the 10-day like this, expect it to pull back. It got really extended from the 10-day, hit 275, popped back down closer to the 10-day. So, right now it does look kind of like to buy the dip for me, but you want to be very careful with Zoom. I mean, there's really been no real pullback on this in a minute. I mean, a few days ago, it went from 261 down to 240, which was 20 points. Yesterday, it dropped, 14 points, 15 points here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'd like it to dip below the 10-day so that we can buy into that. But we're definitely playing a dangerous game here. When you see a stock like this, you're definitely playing a dangerous game. I mean, this stock could come down to 220 like that, like this could just drop and people are like, I don't know what happened. I lost my whole account. I bought the dip, but instead of buying the dip, I caught the knife, got hurt. It happens. It happens to me. Thoughts on U.S. banning Chinese social media? I didn't join. So nothing against China or Asians or anything like that. I'm Asian myself. But I didn't sign up for TikTok because I knew this was going to be a problem. If you're in information technology, IT, or you care about security, TikTok is the last place you want to be on. TikTok is the last place you want to be. You don't want your kids on there. You don't want to be on there. I don't want to be on there. It's like, well, you could, it would be, the platform's really nice for pushing out content. To be like, oh, it would be a really nice add-on for Us versus Herd. It really would. But at what cost? At what cost? And the way things are going right now with the U.S. and China, I'm just staying away. I'm staying away. Sure, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. But I will not join. I don't think I'm going to join TikTok. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I get that. I just, people, especially like musicians, all of them sign up for TikTok and everything because they want a platform, an easy platform, and they're pissed now. A lot of musicians are pissed. A lot of people, like influencers, are pissed at Instagram because their posts are not reaching as many people. So when an app like TikTok comes around, where they're in the beginning stages, where you can push out content and it gets seen to a lot of people because they're pushing, their algorithm is pushing it, versus Instagram is more on a paid model right now, right? So they're willing to sacrifice their security for virality, and they're willing to sacrifice that to get in front of fans. Now, do those eyeballs equal sales? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But that's kind of why, TikTok blew up, is because it's been an easy way for people to push content out that reaches a lot of people. Whether it's the right people or not the right people, it's still giving them that platform. Now, as you guys know, like India blocked TikTok. A lot of countries are banning TikTok, and now the U.S. is contemplating on banning TikTok. Hong Kong, TikTok was pulled from the Hong Kong App Store. So I think it's only a matter of time. I mean, what are they doing with this data? What are they doing with the data? That's what I want to know. I mean, we know what Facebook is doing with our data. We know what we're doing with it. But what's China doing with the data? Right? What are they going to do? What are they doing with the data? That's what I want to know. Yo, Matt, what's going on, Ben? So, Amazon's still ripping up a little bit here, up about 15 points. Tesla up about 20, 25 points right now. I mean, Amazon, and these stocks are going to pull back. It's kind of doing with the same thing it did last earnings season. These all were running before earnings. We have earnings on all these stocks, right? Amazon the 23rd, Tesla the 22nd, next week Netflix. It's pretty much repeating the same pattern if you look from last quarter. So look at what happened on Amazon last quarter. So here we reported earnings on 429. Look, a few days before, pumped from 2,000 up to 2,400, flat for earnings. So I think this could be a great opportunity for shorting some premium for earnings season. Like last earnings season, we shorted a lot of premium for earnings season, and we came out really great last earnings season, shorting all that premium. Daniel, what's going on? But this is the same pattern, right? So Amazon has earnings. I think they're starting to pump quite a bit early, so I do expect a little bit of pullback here before earnings. But Amazon the 23rd, so it's pumping. It pumped, like look last quarter, pump, stayed the same for earnings, dipped a little bit. We had a rally. Now we're pumping hard again before earnings. Netflix, same exact thing. Netflix before earnings. Look at this. Pump, stayed the same for earnings. And now here we go. Pump again right before earnings. Okay. Tesla had a pump from basically 500 to 725, 800 prior to earnings. And then, it moved, I guess it moved like 100 points during earnings, but the expected move I think was greater. And now we're pumping again. So, look at when you're looking at the charts right now, your best friend is what it did prior, and look, it's repeating the pattern. Yes, we're going up to 1,400 on Tesla. Yes, the numbers are not different. The numbers are different, but the patterns are the same. The patterns are the same. You gotta get some water bottle merch, drink during the live stream. BLNK. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I'm not trying to catch FOMO. I did really well on Amazon and Tesla last week. I'm not trying to catch FOMO right now. I'm just trying to make good decisions. BLNK. I mean, I would expect probably a little bit of pullback here. I mean, it's pulling back to 7 right now. It hit 840 yesterday, 864 pulling back. So looks like it might come back down to the, if it doesn't bounce off the daily support here at 7, it's going to probably come back down to 6, 550 area. That's what I would guess. No FOMO. Kill it. Ben, BBBY. So Bed Bath & Beyond, they do have earnings tomorrow. Is it before or after close? Okay, after close tomorrow. After close, Bed Bath & Beyond, July 8th. Oh my gosh. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond has the recovery. I mean, I don't know, guys. I mean, I think that, my opinion is probably all retail should be shorted. But right now it's sitting right at the 200-day. If you can cross here, it's trying to be a little bit bullish here. If we can cross here, it's right in the 10-day up. Trying to cross the 200-day here, got rejected yesterday. Just closed right underneath the 200-day. So what I would say is, what's the expected move on this thing? Premium's 196%, $1.70 move. I mean, this actually could be some good premium in here, just to short some premium. Might be some great opportunity. So might be good opportunity to short some call spreads, relatively safe. Now, there's probably a lot of short interest on this, so if they get any good news, you're probably gonna, and that's kind of like the market that we're in right now. Bad news is being priced in. We're conditioned for bad news. So any bit of good news that comes out, it's straight up, right? So it's going straight up. Bad news comes out, like, oh yeah, that's what we expected, guys. Don't worry. We're bankrupt. It's okay. It's okay. We can be bankrupt for a long time. I mean, look at JCPenney. Look at Sears. Sears is still kicking. SHLDQ. Still, Sears is, if Sears can make it through this pandemic, and I mean like to 2022, they might make it to 2021. If they can make it through the pandemic, I mean, props to them, man. Props to them. That's all I gotta say. If you're Sears or JCPenney and you come out of this pandemic, you better start creating some sort of online service. Like, you survived. Start creating an online service that caters to your customers. Nobody's buying corduroy overalls anymore. No one wants that. The kids don't care what they wear. People like back in the day, like your grandma would always take you to like JCPenney or Sears to buy you nice clothes. Like, people don't care about nice clothes anymore. Like this t-shirt here, literally like $7 from Target. Like, nobody cares about nice clothes. Like, I don't care. You just messed it up anyways. On the grill last night, you getting grease all over the place. Who cares, right? Kids mess up their clothes. Who cares? That's why like H&M got popular. H&M kind of expensive though, right? So if you're Sears and JCPenney, you make it through the pandemic, you better start catering to your customers. Piss me off. Catalogs are going to make a comeback. Tesla will drop. Absolutely. When? That's the question, right, Angelo? I hated getting JCPenney boxes at Christmas. Yeah, those lightweight boxes. The tape on the side, you have to rip the box open because the tape doesn't come off. Your mom was like, "What are you doing? Why are you ripping the box? I'm like, why did you tape it so much?" So, Bed Bath & Beyond, kind of getting back to the question here, is trying to be bullish crossing the 200-day, but I think the better move would be to sell some premium here. Premium nice and rich, 196% for this week, 167% for next week. So even if you don't want to sell premium this week, next week rather rich, the following week rather rich as well. So you're looking good to sell some premium in here if you want. Yo, Slick, what's going on? What is going on? Right now, S&Ps are still down 20. Dow is still down 22. So we're 222. Excuse me. So we're just market is just kind of chilling. VXX did pop up to 33 pre-market, but came down to 32.60. VXX still looking a little bit bullish here, so that is interesting to me. A couple things. JP Morgan has earnings on Monday. You know, it's gapping down a little bit here, but if you look at the 1 year, could be a good opportunity to sell some credit put spreads. If let's see what the IV. Kind of low, 40%, but could get into a debit call spread. Might be a good earnings play. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of premium to squeeze out of this thing, and premium's so low. I don't like that. CBL. Yo, Gunther, man, what's going on? Nice to see you guys here. Matthew, what is up? CBL, 25 cents, and it looks like it's probably going to be 25 cents for a while. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like it's 25 cent stock, going to be 25 cents for a while, just chilling down here. Doesn't look good. Does not look good. Kind of boring. I wouldn't trade it. If I was trading penny stocks, this would be like the last one that I would trade. like this would be this. I don't know how long it's going to be down here. Might even get. I don't even know. You know, the longer it stays below the dollar, the higher probability it's going to be delisted. So, kind of my 2 cents on that. Gold. Kind of watch. We've been watching gold here for a minute. Are they going to moon or what? Matthew, they've been mooning. I don't know what people want out of Tesla and Amazon. They've been mooning. Like people are like, "Oh, I can't believe it's not up more." You're going to lose your gains. Like people are going to lose their gains because they're being greedy. What happens if you're a bull or you're a pig or you're a bear that gets greedy? You get slaughtered, you know? No, I get you, Matthew. But like, I get so many comments like, oh, I can't believe Amazon's only up 20 this morning. Bro, looking right at you. Whoever's watching this. I know someone's here that can't believe Amazon or Tesla's only up 20 points. So I don't know what people expect, but I think they've been blasting off right now, Matthew. I made some money last week on Amazon and Tesla. Am waiting for it to slow down a little bit, see what happens, but they do have earnings on deck, so it's a catalyst. Sorry, I'll go stand in the corner. I'm just saying, like, if you're complaining after Amazon and Tesla had multi-100-point runs that it's only up 20 points pre-market, chill. I get it. You overpaid for the premium. You want it to go higher. You know, premium's out of control right now on Amazon, Tesla because it's moving 100 points at a time. So, yes, you need it to move 80 to 100 points to make, decent money. But now they're starting to get smart. They're starting to price things in. Last week was way better for Tesla and Amazon. Last week was way better. This week, market got smart. Started pricing in the options. That's why I've kind of been staying away. Like when the market catches on, they start inflating the pricing. So that's why I'm stepping back a little bit from Amazon and Tesla. I will try to sell some premium in there, but to buy calls, buy puts, you're going to need some big movement. Not saying it can't happen, but kind of going back to gold. We've been watching it. It's been sitting right under 1,800. It does look like it wants to make a nice push, but question is when. Twilio's holding. Let's check it out. It is. I do expect it to come back down to like, maybe not down to 220, but what's it at right now? It's at 233. I mean, it looks like it might. Man, think or swim. It's bad. 235. I'm finally hardwired in. I took the wireless off. I got some cable hardwired in. So hopefully, so far we haven't had an issue with the stream. Last couple days, last couple times with the live stream, man, it's like Noob Central. I never ran a stream before. Spot. Oh, you said spot on, not spot. Oh, while we're looking at spot, we can look at spot. I mean, spot is definitely pulling back as well. I mean, this is what happens. I mean, this is what's going to happen to Amazon and Tesla. Sure, it's getting a little bit choppy here. It is pulling back a little bit. Question is, I think that spot could pull if it can break 255. It could come back down to 240 area, right? So I don't know. I'm kind of just watching right now. I don't know what the liquidity is on Spotify. Open interest not the best, but we'll see. Same with Shop. A lot of people trade Shopify, and I'm not saying that Shopify can't move a lot. And yesterday Shopify went from like the 1040s down to sub 1,000. The thing is, the bid-ask spread, even just on the weeklies, is $5, $500. It's like, especially it's tough to trade something with $5 wide, $4 wide spreads. I mean, it's really hard, really hard. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of people that trade it and do well. Like back in the day, I was trading PCLN, BKNG. Spreads were really wide, but I was making decent money. Maybe it's something similar to that. I just need to give it a shot. We'll see. Peloton, 61. Whew. I haven't looked at Peloton ever since it broke out of the 38.40 range. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I just can't. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Well, doesn't matter what you think about the company. It's right on the 10-day straight up. Straight up. We do have some beautiful charts, but I wonder what's going to happen like 2021, Chad, Slurp, NVAX. So NVAX, I mean, honestly, this pop probably going to sell off. It's like that's what I think. It's up here. Okay, market just open. I think the pop is probably going to sell off here. Let me try to get out of my spread here. Hold on. Try to get out of my spread. All right. So I made a quick $70 on SPX debit put spread I had on. So I made a quick $70. It was like 15%. I had a debit put spread on here for July 13th. I actually put on yesterday. I mean, I probably could have made a little bit more money off it, but I don't want to chance it. I really want to focus today on some day trades. I had a swing trade that worked out. And the reason why I put this SPX debit spread on right here, I was long the 3160 put, short the 3140. So looking at it here, I put it on for 670, bought it back for 740, and I had July 13th. I was in here, so just in the money right now. It's actually coming down. Probably could have, we definitely could have made more money here. What's it going for right now? It's going for. So I was long. This was so 770. I just bought it back. I just sold it for 740. It's okay. Doesn't really matter. $30. Who cares? So might fall down a little bit more, but the reason why I put this trade on, like I said, I was really concerned with VXX popping like this and the market just chilling. So the VXX was expecting a move, whether it was going to be to the upside or to the downside. And right now, if you are shorting, like for me, I'm shorting, or I was shorting. I'm long Delta now. I was shorting. You don't want to be messing around with holding on to shorts for too long. You know what I mean? Like in this bull market, you don't want to mess around with it. You just don't. You're going to get burned. By 2021, all in gold. But NVAX, I mean, they got the what was it, 1.6 billion? Yeah, 1.6 billion for the coronavirus for Operation Warp Speed to develop the vaccine. Doesn't mean that they have a vaccine. It's going to cover the vaccine phase 3 trial, the final stage of human testing, that could begin as early as October. So guys, we're not getting a vaccine for a while. So just chill on the vaccine talk. We're not going to get one. Hopefully when by the time the vaccine does come out, it's for the right strand. Yeah, Tesla's pushing up. Amazon's red, down $2. No, it's green now. It's up 77 cents. Up, down $2. Red light, green light, red light. All right, VXX dropping a little bit here, so I definitely glad that I cashed out SPX, and now we're kind of just wait. Facebook was a big mover yesterday. I missed my entry at 32, and I didn't think it was going to hit 240, but it did. So we'll see what happens. Right now, stocks are chilling. We've been having some really slow opens. You know what I mean? Like Elon can get 2 new girlfriends. He's a little bit hot water with the Ghislaine Maxwell photo. Is that how you say her name? Ghislaine? So, I don't know. I'm trying, guys. Let me know. Let me know if I nailed it. Man, Facebook is pushing. Yeah, I don't want to be too short right now. If I am short, I don't want to be short for long, Like that it's not your friend right now. Yeah, SPX is fighting back. However, like Boeing and Disney, I mean, those Boeing can't catch a break. Boeing cannot catch a break. I don't even want to look at it. Look at that. Here's the thing with Boeing. People, I bet they held overnight. They got greedy. Like when you look at a chart, I kind of look at what the story, what story is it's trying to tell me. Yesterday, Boeing popped up at open and sold off all day until the afternoon. And then, I don't know, the insider information or whoever was, dark pools, blah, 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 whatever was happening, something happened. algos picked it up. People were picking it up, and it launches from 82 to 89. People thought that it's over. It's going to gap up 200, 195. And what does Boeing reward you with for holding overnight? Not only does it gap down, but it sells off close to 5 points at the open. That's why, either short the rips or don't trade Boeing at all. That's my understanding. And I don't want to, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. So that's why I said boycott Boeing 2020. If you care about money, boycott Boeing. Go trade it. Go trade Amazon. Go trade Tesla. Easier trades. Easier trades. You don't have the money, then buy a debit spread. Buy a credit spread. If you can't afford, if you're like, I can't afford Tesla, I can't afford Amazon. Like, you couldn't afford any stock if you put a debit spread or credit spread. Nvidia's popping. I've been looking at Nvidia here because Nvidia's been riding, popped above 400. I was thinking yesterday it had the opportunity to pop 400, but it didn't. But it did today. Overall, NASDAQ just turned green. It's up 2. Overall, looking kind of flat today. So, this week may be kind of a chop week, kind of before earnings. China bubbles emerging. Wow. The thing about evaluating like a bubble with China is you don't necessarily know, like with the coronavirus. Remember with the coronavirus and the factories and all that, and they were reporting they were keeping factories on so that the satellites would pick up like they're still in production even though there was no one inside, stuff like that. Like, you don't know, you don't really, like, I don't try to evaluate China anymore because you don't really know what their numbers really are. I mean, they build fake cities that replicate worldwide landmarks like Paris and, that are empty. Ghost cities. Look it up. Google China ghost cities. Look it up. So I don't try to evaluate China in terms of growth, or because even if growth was slowing, would they admit it? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know how. You can't, if the numbers aren't right, you can't evaluate something. If I kept saying, hey, 1 + 1 = 5, and you keep telling me, no, Nick, it's 2. How are you supposed to evaluate that? I'm like, no, it's 5. It's definitely 5. 1 + 1 is actually 5. It's not 2. Actually 5. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I do think that China is a very strong contender to the U.S. I do believe that. But the way they move about it is what's going to hurt them in the long run. It's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them in the long run. Not saying what the U.S. does is right all the time, but we have an infrastructure that tries to maintain accountability. We have different organizations, and kind of like the SEC and those kind of organizations. Sure, a lot goes under the radar, but eventually someone will stand up and says it's not right, and it'll be cracked down. Bernie Madoff took 30 years? But eventually he paid. And now there's rules, and there's, because of him. We all make mistakes, but I don't think that a lot of those organizations are trying to blatantly lie, unlike, China might be. I don't know. A lot of stuff is weird over there, okay? All right, Facebook. Man, Facebook is pushing 241 now. Sheesh. All right, guys, watch the pullback. Be careful, Amazon here. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Tesla too. Money. There's rotation. If you guys don't understand rotation in the market, start looking up rotation in the market. When a stock gets extended, it starts going into what is deemed lower value or undervalued stocks. And I think like Facebook and Nvidia have been lagging. Netflix as well. Netflix compared to the other tech stocks, I mean, Netflix ran pretty good. But Nvidia, Facebook in particular, you know, it has ran quite a bit, but that's because it was just bouncing off the news. It bounced off the news, came roaring back. If it breaks this area, which I do suspect it will, I think pre-earnings, I think that Facebook is going to probably be above 250 prior to earnings. Facebook right now, when do they have earnings? So they have earnings. Facebook has earnings the 29th currently. So I had a debit spread on Facebook. I had the 245 call, the 255 call, and unfortunately, I bought this the day before all the ad boycotts came out. So I've been bag holding this. I mean, I probably should have averaged it down. I just didn't know what to do with it. I mean, Facebook was down to 80% loss at one point in time when Facebook was down 210, 215. They're like 80% loss, and now we're at a 25% gainer here. So Facebook is definitely lagging behind, and honestly, I don't really think. Yes, Facebook does need the companies to advertise there, but those companies need Facebook more than you think they do. People think that they could just boycott Facebook, but Facebook drives an enormous amount of revenue to these companies, and the way that they target the ads is better than any platform out there. So yes, they boycotted to make a statement, but even, who was it, Starbucks or whatever, they said starting back in July, they're going to start advertising on Facebook. Like the whole boycott Facebook ads thing. That was to save face with their customers. They didn't want to do that. They didn't want to boycott Facebook ads because that means they're going to lose money. They're going to lose money. I'm not talking about Facebook. They were doing it for marketing. They were boycotting. They wanted to be on the boycott Facebook list because it was for marketing purposes for the customer. They don't care. They don't care what, honestly, the only reason why these big companies are moving the way they do is to save face with their company, with their customers. I mean, I hate to say it. The business does what's in the best interest of the business. And if they think that saving face and taking hit by the dollar is the best thing for the company, that's what they're going to do. If they're going to push forward anyways because they think they're going to generate more money, that's what they're going to do. Companies don't do what's right for the country or the community. The business does what's right for them. So that's why, man, Facebook's going to push here. Facebook right here, very interesting. Breaks here. It's going to be easy 250. Easy. If it has the momentum. Right now I'm up 35% on that position. I definitely wish I should have added more, but I just wasn't sure. But now we know. S&Ps are trying to push up a little bit right now. VXX pushing lower. Amazon holding. I hate to say it, especially because I know a lot of people are holding Amazon and Tesla. Amazon and Tesla need some flat days to burn this premium down a little bit, to be honest with you. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, looking at Amazon. Amazon premium right now, expected move. Look, this week, we're at Tuesday. Expected move for Amazon. Yes, IV's low, but expected move is $113 for this week. $170 for next week. Tesla, $133 this week, and it's half the cost of Amazon. $200 for next week. It's half the cost of Amazon per share. So premium's thick. Premium is super, super thick. What else is moving? Square's moving right now. Square's up 5 points. Had a crazy sell-off yesterday, though. Hit 128, back down to 119 and 118 area. Just insane. Insane. Square is definitely a wild one. You know, Square definitely one of my favorite stocks too. I haven't traded in a while, but you know, I used to like to trade this stock a lot because now it's over $100. But when it was sub $100, it moved multiple dollars per day, multiple percentages a day, and option pricing was relatively a good price. So that's why I like Square. Now Square kind of start looking into it again. I mean, yeah, you're getting up there for next week. You know, $5. Expected moves $13, but it definitely earns it. It definitely earns it. If you get good entries, Square will pay out. Square will pay out. Beyond Meat, kind of interesting to me right now, holding above 140. Now, what was previous resistance at 140 here is now acting as support. So any good news here could definitely push it out. You could definitely sell some premium here around 140. You know, not investment advice, of course, but for entertainment purposes only. But around 140, it is, as you can see, building some nice support here. 10 days a little bit ugly coming here, but the 50-day is moving up to that 140 mark here, and I do think it's probably a nice entry here, 140 area. Another push to 150, 160. Not saying it's going to 200 or anything, but if you're playing the ranges, it's in a very good range right now to make some money on. Beyond. And the last couple days been relatively flat on Beyond, so you could probably get some pretty good pricing. Yeah, this week expected to move $9. Next week expected to move $15. S&P is starting to move up. We're only down 11 points now. Nasdaq up 25. What are you looking at for the expected move, Michelle? So on any platform, I'll pull it up on. Because it's a little bit bigger on. So if I'm looking at Beyond, this is the same on every platform. So if you look in the right hand corner next to IV where it has the percentage, this is the same exact Thinkorswim. I just have it on here because Tastyworks is bigger for people to see. It says there's a plus or minus right here. It's $7.80. So Beyond Meat option pricing is expected to move up or down $7.80. Next week, $12 expected move. And how does it calculate that? It calculates it based on the option pricing. And on Tastyworks, you have this little orange bar, which is kind of nice. So you get a visual. Like within this orange bar is the expected move, which is the 780. So you can say, oh, I want to buy some options within the expected move, right? If you buy something out here, it also marks on Tastyworks is nice because it also marks like, oh, you're one standard deviation away. Might not want to buy that. Oh, you're outside of the expected move. Might not want to buy that. Versus like Thinkorswim, you don't really have that. You have to do the math yourself. You have to say, oh, here's the expected move. Do I want to be within the expected move or not? You know, when buying or selling premium. You know, a lot of people when they sell premium, let's say they go into the monthly expiration, they want to be like one standard deviation away, something like this. Very easy and that's why Tastyworks kind of takes a cake, because it's a lot faster to visualize where the numbers are at without having to do the math. So when you're trying to make a trade quickly, Tastyworks, I think, is the better platform because I could easily just click add those legs like that. Versus Thinkorswim, you can't move like that. Like I literally just built an iron condor in under 5 seconds. You know, you can build an iron condor like this really easily. Built the iron condor just super easy. Or you can buy a debit spread, or you can buy a strangle or short strangle if you want. You know, whatever you want to do. So that is, I will, Michelle, I am working on some more tutorials and stuff, hopefully help you guys. I do have a bunch of content. Like I said, I'm not going to be here next week, so there's going to be a lot of content that I'm going to push out that's overdue, I feel. Hopefully it helps you out. But yeah, market is pushing right now. Facebook pushing right now. Facebook is pushing 245. Look at that. No, that orange bar just symbolizes so you can visualize where that expected move is. So it's very, very, very helpful. I mean, I often don't even look at the numbers. I just look at that and I say, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to be within the expected move, or maybe I don't want to be within the expected move, depending on what strategy you're using. So that's a nice thing. Tastyworks will visualize the data for you, and then you decide what strategy you want to use on that particular trade. No, I'm not a salesman for Tastyworks or anything, but I just telling you guys what works for me. But yeah, right now we're kind of chilling. Facebook's coming roaring back right now. That spread's currently up. I'm up 50% on that spread right now. Kind of want to sell it, actually. But we'll see. We'll see. Tesla's chilling. Amazon down only 6 now, but it's not, it's not looking good. Look at that swing down from 30.10 up to 30.60 on Amazon. Question is, will it hold 3K? Will Amazon hold 3K? Yet to be determined. So I'm gonna jump off here, guys. You all have an amazing day. Stay safe. Stay green. It's us versus herd.